got the tallest ceiling in Europe of all the chapels. And if you go at 9 in the morning, the Catholic priests do chanting in there. I remember being in Assisi one Christmas time, Gurmukh and I were down in the crypt and below, and there was the priest and the young kids singing. It put me in ecstasy. Just boom. Or you're in some Muslim city where there's still the towers in the morning are playing the prayer. So you're at the Golden Temple in the morning with the ragis playing the music starting at 3 o'clock in the morning, or 2:30, it depends what time of year it is. All forms of divine path on this planet have at their core, which is what we're going to work on today, the sound current, the Shabd. My name, Gurushabd. The Shabd is the sound current. And the sound is what delivers you into the trance, into the ecstasy of consciousness. The sound can take you out of thought, and there's a bunch of yogic techniques that help that, okay? But it's the sound itself that puts you into this trance state where you'll drop the senses of your identity and you'll realize your identity is consciousness. You'll experience yourself as consciousness, not as a condensed, gross, packed magnetic field, which is all we all are. We're all just a field. And that field has perception. And so the dharmic path, and dharma just means right way, the right way for you to live, by your soul, by your spirit. The mind needs to be put under the control of the spirit. And it was up until you were 7 years old. Then by that point, somebody told me that here in France, they require you to send your kids to school at 3 years old. You gotta be kidding me. That's insanity. Basically what you're doing, and if you're a parent and you don't like what I'm gonna say, it's your problem. You're sending your kid in to be programmed into the matrix, into the collective field. And I can't believe that you'd be even sitting here and practicing yoga and think about doing that. These poor little innocent beings that came here and gave you all their trust, gave you all their love. You gotta wake up, folks, if you got kids, to what's going on here. America's falling apart at the seams because of the programming that has been put into the entire educational system now from kindergarten to college. And everything you're seeing in America now at the schools and the protests and everything else. I was watching a girl who goes out and she's kind of woken up, to what's happening. She's not very old. She's in her early 30s. Her name is Hernandez. And she's out there with a microphone and a little iPhone in people's face. But recently she went out to ask the college kids, in this whole protest over Palestine and Israel, why they were protesting. Not one of them could give her a rational answer. Not one. But they're out there protesting because of what's going on in the, this is a blank computer when you're little. And as a parent, your job is to be very careful what's programmed onto that blank hard drive. If you want a better world, if we want a better world, then it's up to us to educate the youth just to be, I'm not saying you should program them to your way of life. We need to teach them to be critical thinkers. We need to teach them to gather the information carefully from all sides and add it up, and that they keep their spiritual base. They keep their yogic practice, they keep their chant, they keep their rosary, whatever it is. That's what was so inspiring. Gurmukh keeps talking about El Salvador. The guy is a religious man. He believes in God. He's probably a Catholic, I imagine. It doesn't matter, though. He believes in the power of some creative force that can flow through us if we just tune in. And nobody else on this planet is turned. I mean, granted, it's a small country. Nobody else on this planet in 5 years turned the country around from the murder capital of the world to the safest planet in the West. Safest country in the Western Hemisphere. That's a miracle. And that's exactly what he said. Carlson said, how'd you do it? He said, it's a miracle. I didn't do it. I'm just the vehicle. What politician have you heard say that? And he explained the whole story. Amazing. Totally amazing. Gives you fantastic hope. If you want to watch it, it's on the Tucker Carlson Network.com. What's his name? Buchanelli? Fascinating young man. I said, okay, we need more politicians like that. We need the millennial generation to step up, folks. If you're in that generation between 30 and 45, you're in that group, you got to step up. It's time to, get rid of these 80-year-old insane or mentally completely. I mean, come on, what a joke. Whatever the collective consciousness is saying, they're saying you people are so stupid that we can give you a completely senile old man and put him up to run as the president of the most powerful country in the world. How stupid is that?